Welcome to What's Up, Bull? I'm Fernando Ramirez, and with me, as always, is the cowboy hat donning, sunglass wearing, no whiskey Wednesday, no worries this week because his Chargers are 4-0. Dan and Dago. Dan, how are you feeling?
I'm fired up. I am fired up, Frown, because now I don't have to hear anyone snicker that a certain team isn't in January and that there's no playoffs for them. So there's no bad days for me right now. Wish I could drink a soda, but that's my New Year's resolution right there. Got to cut it out for a little bit. So other than that, I am absolutely fantastic.
There you go. Well, obviously, like Dan said, the Chargers are 4-0. They've won 4 in a row. They're going into Denver this weekend. A little bit of a dangerous game going into Denver just because there's uncertainties, and uncertainties are obviously what seed the Chargers are going to be going in, what role going into it. They're the 5th seed right now, but let's get into that now. They're the 5th seed right now. If they end up winning the game against Denver, they stay the 5th seed no matter what happens anywhere else, and they play they would play the winner of Jacksonville and Tennessee. Now, let's just say that the Chargers lose the game and Baltimore beats Cincinnati. Then Cincinnati or Baltimore would have the 5th seed, the Chargers would have the 6th seed, and most likely they would have to go play Cincinnati. Here's where it gets interesting, though. Lamar Jackson still hasn't practiced. It'd be a miracle, I think, if he played on Sunday, just because I think he hasn't practiced, and
I'd still say he won't.
You never know, but here's where it gets interesting for the Chargers. The Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens game has been moved now to a 10 a.m. game. What does that mean? That means that the Chargers will know going into that game. They'll know going into that game if so the Chargers play at 125. Going into their game at 125, they're going to know if they have the 5th seed solidified or if they're going to have to play for it and beat the Broncos. Here's what Brandon Staley had to say about how now earlier or on Monday, Brandon Staley said, we're going to go full force. We want the 5th seed. We want to win the game. Now he's kind of changed his tune a little bit. And he said there, because the game got moved to 1 o'clock to 10 a.m., he's like, now we're going to see what's going to happen. We want to see what's going to happen with let's just see here what Brandon Staley had to say today over that about that.
This situation for your game changed a little bit this morning when the Ravens game time was released. So you guys will know probably about the time you're kicking off whether you have to win or not. How will you try to handle that situation in real time?
Yeah, Jeff, I mean, we're definitely going to prepare this week to try and go win this football game with the guys that we have on our team, the 48 guys that are going to be up. Similar situation happened for me in Chicago in 2018. We were already in the playoffs, but there was potential for us to have a first-round bye. The Rams needed to lose, and we kind of were going to know the result of that game as it was happening, and the Rams were out to a big lead, and we knew that we weren't going to be the 2 seed. We weren't going to have that bye. So I have a little bit of experience with that, but I think it just goes back to what I said, all along about the approach is like, you got to take the facts on the ground as they happen in real time to make, your determinations. And so that's what we're going to do. Once we find out about that game, then we'll make the appropriate decisions moving forward and just take it case by case. And obviously we're not going to know that till Sunday. But
so Dan, in my opinion, and I don't know how you feel about this, if I'm the Chargers and say that obviously the Cincinnati Bengals handled business and you're playing at 125, the Bengals have already handled business. They beat the Ravens. There's no way I'm playing Justin Herbert. There maybe a drive, maybe 2 drives, but other than that, I treat it like a preseason game. I wouldn't play Herbert all that long. I wouldn't play Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. I wouldn't play that long. Jamari Salyer, maybe I wouldn't play him that long. There are some guys that I don't. Corey Linsley for sure, I wouldn't play that long.
No.
And then there's some guys on the defense I wouldn't play that long. I don't know how you feel about it, but if I already have it cinched up, there's no way I'm going to risk my guys, especially because Denver's been hitting hard lately. Denver has something to prove. They've been
Close game
violent.
with Kansas City.
They were very aggressive against Kansas City. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Very aggressive against Kansas City last weekend. I wouldn't want to get into a slugfest with Denver, especially going into the playoffs.
100%, right? Like what you said is factually accurate. There is no reason to play your most important players in a meaningless game, essentially, if you already have it locked up. I completely agree with what you said, how you treat it like a preseason game, and you just let them go maybe a drive, maybe a quarter, whatever it is. Not even a quarter, actually. I would just go a drive. Yeah, you're right. But I think the only one seriously out of the main starters who I would have play the whole game, and I mean the whole game on a pitch count, is Joey Bosa, just to get him up to game speed and everything else. But other than that, I'm sitting Austin Ekeler, I'm sitting Herbert, Mike.
Well, I mean, let's just say Joey comes out and in the first half he has 2 sacks. Are you yanking him?
I don't think so, no. Because 2 sacks doesn't mean he's in game shape. It could be a crappy tackle. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, that's true,
He has to be in game shape. That's what I'm talking about. But like, yeah, I might not even play Kyle Van Noy. Honestly, I'm just clearing the bench at that point if it's locked up. Because what you can't have, and this will be a big freaking problem, is someone, God forbid, get hurt in this game because you decided, we're tough. We're going to play every game that's scheduled. That would be a huge problem going to the playoffs. Because think about it like this, right? What you needed to do, you've already done. You won your games to cinch up a playoff spot. And on top of that, you got hot at the right time. You were playing good football. It's not like they were playing crappy football the whole way through. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's some things they can still clean up, but they got hot at the right time. Everyone's relatively healthy, and you got to protect that. You got to protect that at all costs. And so, in my mind, yeah, if Baltimore loses and they lock the 5th seed, there's no reason to play these people 4 quarters.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I mean, the thing is that that's probably a positive for them, is that they're going to know going into it, and then they're going to know who they're going to play basically right after the so when Baltimore plays after the Baltimore game, everybody's going to know exactly who they're playing, except for in the NFC because of the Packers, Seahawks, and Lions situation. So definitely, so I could definitely see the Chargers just saying, you know what, let's just rest some of our guys, whatever happens. But I mean, there's no reason to just go out there and try and risk it, like you said, especially because of some of the players that they have on the team. And obviously you have like Kyle Van Noy's turned it on. You have Khalil Mack, you have Joey Bosa, you have guys that you're going to need down this stretch and in the playoffs. And you're going to depend on a lot of these guys. So why risk any of it? So I definitely, and you know what? Brandon Staley's been learning, and I think Brandon Staley's really gotten a handle on it. He'll look back at it and he'll go, you know what? Last year, man, we failed at the end. We didn't know how to do that. And now this year, they're protecting guys' bodies. They're giving guys rest on Wednesdays if they need it. They're not, or sometimes they don't even practice on Wednesdays, where it's a walkthrough. Why? Because he wants to protect their bodies, which is definitely smart, especially gearing up for what is going to be his first run at the playoff. People think about this and they're like, oh, it's Justin Herbert's first playoff appearance. Well, it's also Justin Herbert's, or it's also Brandon Staley's first playoff appearance. So it's going to be interesting to see the way that Brandon and the Chargers attack the playoffs. I'm very interested to see what they're going to do, because I mean, everybody's talking about, I heard some people say, oh, well, Jacksonville already blew out the Chargers, but that was a way different Charger team than
that's week 3. That's week 3 of an NFL season. That's not the same.
No, and that was 10 days after Justin Herbert had his
his hit against Kansas City.
That hit and everything. So he was questionable going into the game. Nobody knew if he was going to play until he came out and he was
didn't someone get hurt in that one? Did Rashawn get hurt in that one? Or?
Joey and Rashawn both got hurt in that game.
Yeah, so completely different team scenario and everything else.
Exactly. So I mean, and that's the thing, is that you're just gonna have to really think long and hard about what you're gonna want to do if you're Brandon Staley. But I really do think the essential guys you're gonna have to sit, just because of the just because you don't want anything to happen to them or anything like that. So I definitely, if I'm the Chargers, I definitely consider doing that and Brandon Staley. But before we move on, we wanted to give a quick shout
out to this was amazing.
So obviously we have we told you guys, if you guys comment on the YouTube page and say what's up, we're gonna shout you guys out. We appreciate you guys. We have 2 people that we want to shout out. First, Adam Glass, all the way from Israel.
Shout out.
He says, "What's up, Dan?" He goes, "What's up, Fernando, Dan, and Gilberto? You guys, or my bad, you take it off."
Oh, the Gilberto?
Yes.
The Gilberto!
He goes, "You guys are awesome, and so do those homage t-shirts. They're fire." Just to let you know, I'm listening and following and watching you guys all the way from Israel. Keep up the great work and hashtag bolt up. Adam, we appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. That's honestly, that's great that you're listening all the way from Israel. Hopefully one day if you come out to a game, let us know. And hopefully one of us will be covering the game, and we definitely love to meet you. And if Dan and Dago's there at the game, we'd definitely like to get a picture with you. Ernesto, and then we got Ernesto Maximo, who goes, "What's up, compas?" And then he said, I see that the curse is still going strong. Luckily, it's not with my bolts. Now we get to see the son of Odin, god of lightning. My bad. Hold on. Now we get to see the
son of Odin, god of lightning.
Justin Herbert make his first trip to the playoffs. Bolt up and believe. Ernesto and Adam, thank you guys so much for commenting. It means a lot to us, and obviously, you guys just keep on going at Gilberto's hilarious.
That fires me up. Talking about the curse and everything else, that fires me up when you guys respectfully take them down a peg.
But we appreciate both Adam and Ernesto. We appreciate everybody who jumps in the comments, everybody who just wants to say what's up or anything. But we appreciate you guys a lot. And if you guys keep on commenting, we will be showing these up here. If you guys have questions, I mean, come on. Like, the Chargers are about to make the playoffs, and you guys aren't asking questions. Fire questions our way. We will answer them. Whatever you guys want. You know, my email's on my Twitter at RealFRamirez. You can send us questions that way. You can send us questions on these videos. Any way you guys want. Yeah, DM me on Twitter. My DMs are open. Send us questions, and we'll definitely answer them on the show. And if you have questions for Dan and Dago, just make sure you put Dan and Dago, I have a question about this, and we'll definitely answer them on the show. But thank you to Ernesto, Adam, and everybody else who comments. We just wanted to give you guys a special shout out for that. And Dan, by the way, and our buddy Adam did mention that the t-shirts are fire from Homage.
That's right.
Show us that t-shirt again.
Let me show you this. Look at this right here. All you Charger fans, but don't worry. If you don't have good taste and don't go for the Chargers, they have plenty of stuff up there. They got plenty of t-shirts up there from every NFL team. They got 90s references for us. We got to get you that Topanga shirt one of these days. That way you can rock it on the program.
I was watching something today on that one too. So the Compas have teamed up with Homage. We got so you guys just need to go check out the shirts. They have NFL shirts. They have Charger shirts. They have WWE shirts. They have all kinds of different stuff. We appreciate you guys checking that out. Make sure you let them know that the Compas sent you. And guys, don't forget that t-shirt, that Justin Herbert t-shirt is still out there for one lucky listener. Gilberto still has it. We have to get 200 subscribers, and obviously comment what's up, Gilberto, what's up, Bolts, what's up, Dan, what's up, Fernando, whatever you guys want in the comment section. We will be picking up one lucky listener. We will be sending it to you. It doesn't matter if you're in South Africa, if you're wherever you are listening, we will send you that t-shirt because we appreciate you guys checking out the show. And yeah, just let us know. And once we get to 200 subscribers on here, and obviously once we get some more comments, we will be raffling off that t-shirt, and hopefully one lucky listener will be excited to get the shirt that features
your boy.
No,
features
the quarterback. Who does it feature?
Oh, it features the son of Odin, god of lightning, Justin freaking Herbert, the young goat.
Dan's falling asleep at the wheel. No, but we appreciate.
Take it.
No, you're good. So obviously, now back to the game on Sunday. Dan, I wanted to go over. It's no secret that Austin Ekeler is he's on a different planet right now. He starts off the season. I was writing about him earlier. He starts off the season with three straight goose eggs, no touchdowns in either three of those games. He has now scored ever since those 3 games. Take away those 3 games, he has scored 11 times. He scored in 11 of the last 13 games that he's played.
Wow.
And he scored 18 touchdowns. So he scored 18 touchdowns in the last 13 games. And he's only missed 2 games where he didn't score at all. It was the Raider game and the 49er game. But other than that, he scored in every other single game. He has scored 18 touchdowns. He's 2 away from 20, which would be back-to-back 20 touchdown seasons. I think the last running back that did that was LaDainian Tomlinson for the Chargers. So, and it was funny because somebody mentioned that to him on Monday, and he said, "Well, if it was a former Charger back, we got to continue it." So Austin said it'd be awesome to get it at home, but because he's going back to Denver or back to Colorado, he said he'd love to get it at home. But Dan, let's get some let's get a little bit of film in here. We haven't done that in a little bit. What do you think about the way Austin has been running the football? So watch this.
Let me zoom in right here.
Here they go against the front.
Yep.
Look at
that. Look at that. Look at that. That hole. Yeah. The only thing I don't like is I wish Salyer was on the other side because that would have been a massive hole right there in that A gap. But yeah, look how it's already starting to build. You could tell he's looking right off of Salyer's butt right there. Yeah, there you go. That's what tells him to go that way. That's the thing, right? The successful running backs understand that it's not about hitting whatever it says on a play sheet. It's about reading your offensive linemen's butts and going the right way that their butt's pointing, right? Because if he would obviously, if he goes in that A gap between Salyer and Lindsley, he's getting tackled. Yeah, so he reads it correctly and continues pressing the hole until he finds the appropriate one to go through. And that's how he scores. The guy has good vision.
The end of that, the end, he takes a kind of a big hit.
Yeah, he does take a nasty hit. But look how he has the vision, the patience to keep going. Yeah, he low-key got high load right there. Yeah, but that's just good to see right there. No, that's only if you block, I think, not if you hit him.
Here's another one. So I think this is the 72-yard run. Watch Keenan, my bad. Brandon Staley and Austin Ekeler both shouted Keenan Allen for his blocking on the 72-yard run. Watch Keenan Allen down here.
Yeah.
Whoa. Obviously, Matt Filer.
Look at Matt Filer
comes up and opens it up. But watch Keenan.
Perfect. That's a nice pull right there. That is a very nice pull right there. Yeah, look how he seals it. And luckily, this number 2 guy just missed.
Yeah, Troy Hill
seals it. And
that's what got to touch Austin too.
Yeah, that was the only guy who touched him, probably. Yeah.
Austin said right here that he's like, "Oh my God, don't lose." Remember in week 5 against Cleveland?
Yeah, he got caught, right?
Huh?
He got caught?
Yeah, he got caught, and they had to settle for a field goal. So he's like, "Here," I was like, "No, don't lose gas. Come on, pick it up."
Yeah. Damn.
You know what part it was making me? Well, I'll tell you right now what it was making me think of.
Yeah.
But yeah, go. I mean, just watch it again. Watch Matt Filer on this.
Yeah, that's a proper pull, right? Look how he could have gone a little tighter, but he gets his helmet on the right side because that when you get your helmet on the right side, that forces the defender to go the opposite way. So that was perfect right there. And then Keenan seals it by taking out this safety or whoever that is, and obviously the corner just couldn't get there and make a real tackle. So that is, as Ray Hudson says, magisterial execution right there.
Yeah, no, definitely is. I mean,
glorious.
And that's the thing. Keenan, I remember Keenan was always about block. Like Keenan's always like, watch me block. Like, yeah, I'm a good receiver and everything, but people forget that Keenan's a good blocker as well. And he loves him and Mike. They don't mind getting dirty when it comes to blocking. Yeah. Keenan, the only thing Keenan doesn't like is when people are trying to roll up behind him. He's like, whoa. He's like, no.
That's a nightmare in every case of everything. Like when you get a running back roll up on your lineman, that is terrible when they get tackled from behind and they roll up on the lineman. Like you can't have that stuff, but absolutely good execution. Because the best part is that all season they've been talking about the Charger running game. So it was good to see them kind of get going, because probably the last time they had a honestly dominant performance in the run game was probably against Cleveland.
Yeah, that was the last time.
And it was good to see it again now, because this is what you're going to need in the postseason. Because the thing about the run game, like you've probably heard me say a million times, and you want to stop your bleeding ears because I'm going to say it again, is that it is it wears down the defense because it is so physical. It is so taxing to try and engage a blocker, get off, and try and tackle the running back on top of that. It is so physical, demanding, and the best thing that it does that every good offense needs is a chew clock. That's the most important thing, because you keep your Josh Allen's, your Patrick Mahomes, your Joe Burrow on the sideline, and it doesn't allow them to get hot, because now they're going to be on there for 5, 6, 7 minutes, and they're cold, and then they come out, especially if they get in 3 and out, you go another 7 minutes. They're
Well, I
going
mean, if you notice,
What?
you notice the Chiefs have like 3 good. They have Isaac Pacheco, they have Gerard McKinnon, and they have guys like just different running backs that they can use. And it feels like the Chargers only have Austin Ekeler and Joshua Kelly, and it's like the rest of the guys
from time to time, they barely even use Joshua Kelly half the time.
That's what makes me. I don't know. That's what gets me a little bit. It's a little bit strange. But I mean, I guess look at this.
You remember when Philly dominated that year they won the Super Bowl, they had LeGarrette Blount, Jay Ajayi, and I think there was another one that was a speed guy. I don't remember because they were in pros.
Yeah, like Wendell, like he was he scored a long touchdown.
Yeah, Clement, maybe. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was Clement.
Same with New England when they've had their dominances. They had LeGarrette Blount. They had who was the backup? They had James White. They had different types of running backs. So that way you got different looks at all times.
Here's Austin Ekeler pass blocking.
Yeah,
against Jalen Ramsey. Look
at this. Boom. Gets low, engages, boom. Stops them right there. Because that's the whole point. You got to stop them in your track. Because that's honestly a very hard block for running backs. Because any blitzing defender is coming at you full speed, and you only get so much start time to kind of match that energy. But the biggest problem is you can't miss, because you miss, you get a quarterback killed. That's always the biggest problem. That's why you can't just run straight at him.
When Austin Ekeler was about to get caught or whatever, this is what I was thinking of when he's like, I was thinking, come on, I got to make it.
What's the point of all those push-ups if you can't even lift a bloody log?
Shout out to Alfred motivating Batman over here.
Exactly. So that's what I was laughing at. But Dan, just real quick before we head out, let's just look a little bit about let's look at the Broncos season so far. Mr.
Very limited.
He has completed 60% of his passes for 3,200 yards, scored 13 touchdowns, and thrown 10 interceptions. He has been sacked 53 times.
Yep.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what quarterback you put back there. It doesn't matter what receiver you get. It doesn't matter what running back you get. It only matters and produces well if the 5 guys up front are at least competent and able to protect you, understand the scheme and everything else. Because people forget about that. If the center doesn't get the ball to the quarterback, the play's never going to get anywhere to begin with. That's where it's dead on arrival. And, that's what you talked about in the offseason, I think, right, Farrell? That I'm not too sure about Russell Wilson going here because the Denver Broncos still have a messy offensive line. They haven't been able to get guys. And they probably haven't had a dominant offensive line seriously since Peyton Manning was there.
Yeah, no, they haven't. And I mean, but I mean, I'm a hater.
Oh, yeah, you a hater. No, you a truther. Don't be mad at me because I say the truth.
So yeah, no, I said that before the season. I'm like, I just don't have any confidence in that offensive line. Will Russ be able to stay upright? Will they be able to run the ball as dominantly as Russ remembers it? Because people forget, even when he was still at Seattle, even in his last years, when he didn't have Marshawn Lynch, they still ran the ball relatively pretty well.
That's right.
And he had good receivers that understood him. That's why I'm wondering if like maybe the Broncos will take a look and go, Seattle, hey, how about this? Why don't we trade you Jerry Jeudy for DK Metcalf or something, like bring in Tyler Lockett, something familiar that Russ knows to maybe get him going a little bit. But I just don't think I think Seattle's going to be like, "Nah, we're good. We already
and you know what?
trade robbed you already."
They have a top 3 pick, I think, right?
I don't know if
I
a
think
top
they-
3 pick. Let me see.
Because Denver is abysmal. I thought they were a top 3 with that pick.
No, as of right now, it is.
Because they could be in range for a quarterback.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Seattle has a 3rd overall pick.
They could be in range for a quarterback.
You want me to tell you where you'd pick?
It doesn't matter. We're going to be in the middle top.
Denver gets, yeah.
Middle top, and I hope someone falls to us. But your boy, Dan Dago, the thing you got to understand, I am no draft wizard. I don't understand any of it. It's all a crapshoot in my mind. So,
Yeah, so definitely that'll be interesting to see kind of what the Broncos decide to do this offseason. Hopefully our boy Troy Rank can get with us during the offseason. Denver's going to be really interesting. They fired their head coach after 1 year. Then they kept the general manager. Then the owner comes out and says the general manager or the new head coach is going to report to me, not to the general manager. And it's kind of like, oh wow, okay. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of what they decide to do with
I can't
all
wait.
of that. But
I can't wait to see what bright ideas come to him in the shower.
That's Jerry Jones. But it'll be interesting to see what happens this weekend as well. But obviously, I mean, realistically, I know that the Broncos have already made a call to Jim Harbaugh, but like, if you're Jim Harbaugh, do you really want to inherit Russell Wilson as your quarterback? Like,
no, I think Denver's going to have to use that one for a bit.
Denver has a good defense, but like, I feel like it's okay. Patrick Mahomes, there's maybe one spot of a drop off, and then it's Justin Herbert. Then there's a big drop off, and it's like the other 2 quarterbacks in the AFC West.
Are you talking about Stidham?
Oh, well, yeah, I was talking about Derek Carr.
No, I know. I was making a joke because that guy's a bum.
Well, yeah, it'll be interesting to see where Derek Carr goes too. But yeah, no, I just don't know. I'm really questioning, and I really want to see what Denver is going to do because I think it's kind of a mess right now. I would have just fired my general manager, fired the head coach, and just start all over. And that's why I don't think Sean Payton's going to go there. Sean Payton is going to want control. I don't think Sean Payton goes there. So that's going to be interesting. So
he might take another year off.
Denver's going to be Denver's going to be a team to keep your eye on this offseason to see what they do, especially because, I mean, like I said, they're stuck with the Russell Wilson. And then like a couple of teammates came out and defended him. I'm like, dude, this sounds so like it sounded orchestrated. Like,
you're talking about like Danger Russ slid in them DMs.
Yeah, but like people tell me that WWE is fake and it's scripted. Well, hell, you don't think the NFL is too? Like them coming out and defending Russ, and it happens to be 4 players, and then he's like, I just love that for my teammates. I mean, I appreciate that. Then supposedly PSG gives Messi the World Cup hero, and they welcome him back.
Oh, you saw that?
Oh,
dude,
that is all scripted.
If Kylian and Mbappe was in that,
he did. I don't think I didn't see him. I didn't see him, but it'll be interesting.
I would have had no respect for his ass after that.
Guys, thank you guys so much for checking out another episode of What's Up, Bolts. Remember, next Monday is not our final episode for a while.
It is not.
Continue. Playoffs continue. Dan and I will ride this until the Chargers either are eliminated
win the Super Bowl, bro. Give some good vibes out there. Nothing about eliminating. We're gonna be the eliminator.
So obviously we appreciate you guys so much for always checking us out. Don't forget to check out our other shows. What's up, Bulls? That's this one, Fernando. Don't forget to check out regular Compas on the Beat. Gilberto is really torching the Minnesota Vikings. Like, he is taking that one
dropping some
all
hot
the way
over here.
He's calling them fake. He thinks that they're overrated. So they're and then me
even throws a little jab at Miami over there.
Yeah, no, he does. So I'm of the mindset that SoFi Stadium needs to do better next year with our breakfast or with our food, whatever it is, because I was not happy with the last few weeks. Obviously, and then obviously we talk about some other stuff. Are the 49ers just keep on rolling. It doesn't matter if Brock Purdy, Dan and Dago, or whoever's back their quarterback, and they just keep on moving. So they're going to be an interesting team to watch. And then obviously who's going to get the last seeds in both the AFC and the NFC. Gilbert and I break that down. Guys, don't forget to check out COMPAS FC. We will have a full breakdown of EPL games, some La Liga matchups. PSG already lost their first game of the season. What does that mean? And obviously, we're gonna have some Liga MX preview. Their season's about to kick off in a couple of weeks, so we're gonna have a preview for that. And also, don't forget to check out House of Horns. Gil and Vic, the producer, they go to Seattle this weekend. The Seahawks do, or the Rams do, to face the Seahawks. Can the Rams play upset to the Seahawks and spoil their postseason chances? They're gonna have all that for you. And don't forget, folks, COMPAS is on its way back. It's making a comeback. We're about to kick that one off. We're gonna go full steam ahead into WrestleMania season with COMPAS. So get excited. We're excited about what's coming for COMPAS on the beat as a whole. So thank you guys so much for checking us out. Don't forget, be a compa, tell a compa. We appreciate you guys so much, and thank you.